Hey everyone, I hope that you all are having a magnificent Monday out there today. We're getting ready for this TCU Georgia game. I'm obviously rooting for the current home team, which is TCU. I actually grew up in Atlanta, so there's that. But I never rooted for Georgia for some reason. But that's neither here nor there. I want to quickly talk about a Dave Ramsey video I saw today where two of his personalities took a phone call from a young lady, and I'll call her a young lady, she was in her 50s, but a relatively young lady who was an empty nester with her husband, and they had three grown kids, and they had $555,000 worth of debt. And what it showed me, honestly, is that we really do have a debt problem in America. From the time we are young, we're taught OPM, use other people's money. It's ingrained in us. It's ingrained in us to just find out what we want and go get it by any means necessary without even necessarily thinking about it. $555,000 worth of debt. Now, she could liquidate a lot of things, and I believe she could have gotten her debt to maybe 300,000. I can't necessarily remember the exact number, but the fact that she has $555,000, over $500,000 worth of debt, it just blew my mind. And only about 180,000 was in equity in their home, but it blew my mind. Now, the good thing is that they had a really big shovel. Can't remember the exact numbers, but I do know they had a nice shovel to dig out of that hole. But they are in their 50s, almost 60 years old. So it's not like they're 30 and they have a long time to recover. Now, the good thing is that they have three grown kids. So as long as they are independent of their parents' money, then that's not a hindrance. Now, I don't know if they are financially supporting their kids or not. They didn't say that in the call. But the bottom line is that they have $555,000 worth of debt. The good thing also is that they realize there's a problem. They realize there's a problem. Actually, no. Let me catch that. One of the gist of the call was that the husband does not want to go to Financial Peace University. The wife actually taught the classes 10 years ago, but the husband has no interest in going through it with his wife. He has absolutely no interest because he feels that there's no new information. He doesn't feel they'll learn anything that's, vital to their success. So he's just adamantly against it. So at that point, the wife was told to, possibly look at marital counseling, because the husband's idea is to actually file bankruptcy. The wife's idea is to claw out from under that massive debt load. We have a debt problem in America. We have a debt problem. I think that, before we get married, financial literacy courses, all kind of courses should be required. Now, how do we do that? I don't know, but they require you to get a license before you start driving. They require you to show proficiency when you start driving or before you start driving in order to earn your license. So what if we did the same thing with marriage? What if we had to learn how to get along with the in-laws, or financially learn how to budget, or learn how to create spreadsheets with your spouse, and learn the ramifications of going into these massive debt holes that a lot of people go into. We have a problem with debt in America. For a lot of people, there's no big deal. They just do it. They go out all willy-nilly, and they don't think anything of it. And before you know it, you are $500,000 in debt. Thankfully, this lady realized this is a serious problem. Unfortunately, her husband doesn't think it's a problem. He's not willing to even meet her halfway. Now, in the earlier video, I talked about how, in order to kind of get on the same page with your spouse, you need to let your spouse know how much that debt is bothering you. You need to let them know that you are losing sleep at night over this debt. And here they are sleeping comfortably because they just think that bankruptcy is the answer. And you know what? I'm an advocate of bankruptcy when it's necessary. When it's necessary, I understand people do things sometimes and they dig these holes that they absolutely can't get out of. If you make $30,000 and or you made 100,000, now you make 30,000, and then you have 300,000 worth of debt. Come on, you're not going to get from under that hole, especially in today's climate. But I do believe in doing what you can to dig out of it. But the bottom line is that the husband feels it's the only way out, and the wife feels they need to get on the plan, and the husband is adamantly against her getting on the plan or them getting on the plan. So that creates some serious issues in the marriage. And think about it. They have 3 grown kids. A lot of time, kids are the glue that keeps couples together when they're having some serious issues. So now they're at the point where who knows? Who knows if she's going to feel it's worth salvaging the marriage because they have such drastic differences when it comes to finances. We have a debt problem in America, and people need to do something about it. They need to do something about it. And these are conversations that need to be had, like I said, well in advance of getting married. Find those accountability partners. Do whatever you need to do. But I always say stay out of debt. Get out of debt, stay out of debt, and you will have a much more peaceful marriage. All right? Well, hey, I appreciate it. I wanted to hop on real quick and talk about it. What do you think about the debt crisis that we have in America? We need to continue having these conversations. It is so much more freeing when you are able to pay yourself. You are now the creditor once you're debt free, and you're paying yourself these monthly payments, and you're able to go on vacations, travel, do things with your kids, and things you have to put off when you're getting out of debt. But actually, that's not necessarily true. I think a lot of time the reason that people get in all these massive amounts of debt, like my dog, people get in these massive amounts of debt because they just get whatever they want whenever they want it, and they don't necessarily think about the consequences. So I would love to hear what you guys think about it. I would love to hear your thoughts, and go ahead and drop any comments you have below. And if you have not already subscribed to the channel, please do so. Please like and share whatever content you can, and I appreciate it. Go back and look at some older videos as well, all right? Look at some older videos as well, and this is what we got going on right now. I don't know what my puppy sees that has her doing this. Nala, we talking about debt. We talking about debt, girl. See, we couldn't get you till we were debt free. We couldn't get you till we were debt free. That's my little pup. She's about 1.5 years. But all right, I think I said enough for this. But hey, appreciate you guys. Y'all have a great day.